I'm out walking on the trails near the horse ranch where my wife keeps her horse, and saw some stuff when walking up here, and kind of got me to thinking about freedom versus responsibility and all that stuff. I'm driving up this one street, and doing about 35, 40 miles an hour, and I see this one dude just walking really, really irregularly on the side of the road. My first thought is, oh shit, I wonder if the dude's okay. Does he need help? And I only got a glimpse of him for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 seconds. The first thing that went through my mind about it after that was, well, not a damn thing I can do about it here. I've got a lineup of traffic behind me. If I try to stop, I'm going to cause an accident. So, no big deal. But aside from that, I'm like, yeah, maybe I should, along the lines of maybe I should possibly consider giving the guy a hand or something like that. And I'm like, huh. He looked like he could have been drunk. He had that kind of weird staggery look to him. Or could be somebody with Parkinson's or palsy or something like that. And call it the liberal tendency, and if you want to, but the urge to help people, if sometimes beyond when they don't need it, is something that, there's an urge there to help. But clearly, the urge to help, as we all know, to do things for others is not always the right thing to do. Yep, got visitors here. How's it going?
Good, how are you? I just got my shoes wet.
Oh!
There's one more behind me.
Okay, cool, thanks. Pretty good, how you doing?
Okay.
Anyhow, the road to evil is paved with, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, kind of shit. But how do you separate the urge to do right by your fellow man and the urge to, and the fundamental thing of letting them do what they want? Now, I know that a lot of people are definitely of let people fail on their own. And to a degree, I absolutely agree. But at the same point, as part of a society, as part of a community, I think you also have a right to help out. Otherwise, I know Lamb Dog, you've mentioned in one of your videos that your ideal place to be would be, with a knife, an axe, and a couple of pistols or something like that. And you'd be happy as a clam. The good old Henry David Thoreau, Walden Pond experience. Well, I wouldn't mind doing that for a month or two. I don't know. Even though in a lot of ways, I don't really like people. I like the company at the same time. So, I don't know. So, you've got this individualist aspect and the community aspect. And somehow you have to try to figure out a way to get somewhere that they can have a community or meeting point that's just and fair for all around. Problem is, I don't really think that's feasible. I think most people have preferences to one side or the other, and no matter which way you answer that question or try to answer that question, you're going to piss people off. And I'm not talking about big things like gun control, but limited amount of welfare, unemployment, that type of thing. Yeah, pardon me, I don't have a tripod on this thing. I'm just sitting here holding it in my right hand, and that just gets a little tiresome. But where do you draw the line? And you can look to some of the, you can look back at Thoreau, you can look back at Hobbes, you can look back at Rousseau, and I'm sure there's other philosophers that I either didn't pay attention to in college philosophy or never heard of or have forgotten. But I don't know how you answer that. And I think that's a fundamental value issue that both the left, the center, and the right have to come to grips with. And I'm not sure how the hell we're going to do that. or at least come to an agreement. The problem is, I'm sure you've seen you'll see the crosswalk or the stoplight. I've seen them in a couple of places. The results of community decision, or the results of committee. You've got a road here and a road here. Both of them need a crosswalk, but there's only money to put one in for one of them. So what does the committee says? Well, they want it here, so we'll put the crosswalk right in the middle. Consequently, nobody uses it because it's not useful for either group. They have to walk out of their way to use the crosswalk there for either one of them. And I'm sure you've seen, judgment by committee. It's not as it only the lesser. It's not even the lesser of two evils. It's the worst of, it's the third and worst possibility. So frustrating, and it's one of those issues where it's not a fundamental issue like right to life or right to choose kind of things. I don't think it's that painful and much venom involved in it, but it's just as deep and just as deep-seated, and I don't know how to answer it any better. Oh well. Later. Yeah, I forgot to answer the one question about what I did about that dude I saw walking on the side of the road. And the answer is not a fucking thing. I figured overall, the likelihood that he was in trouble were 3 chances: slim, fat, and none. And more than likely he was drunk or stoned. And he wasn't hurting nobody, so just let him go do his thing. But anyhow, might as well figure you might get a kick out of where I'm at right now. And up there, I don't know if you can see it or not, that's some of the hills you've seen covered in snow not too long ago. Just some gorgeous area around here. Really heavily used though. So it's not exactly pristine or anything close to it. But anyhow, it's me signing off again. Bye.